að vera hérna. That is pretty much every pitch I can give in Icelandic. Okay, forgive me, I continue in English. But today it's not me pitching, it's you pitching. How many of you have ever presented a sales pitch? Okay, a few. Let's ask the question in a different way. How many of you have ever tried to sell anything new, a product or anything, or has a website, or has ever sold maybe anything privately, like, you know, an old laptop, an old car, an old husband, or anything like that? Great, okay, good. Okay, all of you are constantly selling, all of you are constantly pitching, okay? So why is pitching so important, especially in today's world? But first of all, let's state the obvious. When you know how to pitch well, you get what you want, almost every single time. Whoever has the best pitch normally wins, okay? And then Derry was speaking about, you know, today's speed in the world and how, you know, how the internet, you know, has changed our world and so on. Well, that is exactly also a good reason to learn how to pitch well, because we are living in a loud, crowded world. Did you know that every minute about 100-hour video material is uploaded on YouTube? There's millions of books published every year. There's 50 million new businesses opened around the globe every year. So your task as an entrepreneur is to stand out and to make yourself heard and seen, and that's what you do with pitching. So what is actually pitching? It's every time you communicate anything. You sell yourself, you sell your product, you sell your business. On your website, you do it when, you know, even here at a networking event, right? I mean, you pitch to each other. Also, you know, and that is the hardest for most of the people that I know, you stand on the stage and you pitch to a crowd. So today, let's talk about the last one, because I know it's the hardest, and when you master that, you can do all the other ones as well, right? So what will we do in the next 45 minutes? First of all, we're gonna give you a couple of clues of what makes a great pitch great. Then, I reveal this magic formula of pitching. Who would like to know that one? Great. Okay, everyone. Well, of course, that's why you're here. And then, most importantly, I get you to roll up your sleeves and do some pitching for yourself, so that you go out here not just with knowledge, but with practice. Okay? Great, let's do that. So let's get started. But how do we actually start when we prepare a pitch? What do we need to do first before we even start preparing a sales pitch?
Know our product.
Sorry?
Know our product.
Know our product. Yeah, that would be helpful. Yeah, if you know what we want to sell, it's easier to sell. Yes. What else?
Know the prospects.
Know the prospects. I love that one. Absolutely. You need to know who you're pitching to. You need to know your audience, right? You need to know if in front of you there are, you know, potential clients or potential investors, or, you know, who are they? Why are they there? Why are they spending their precious time to listen to you? You need to be clear on that. But there's even one thing beforehand. Before you find out what they want, you need to find out what you want. We spoke a lot about purpose and so on. Before you even prepare a pitch, you need to know what you want to achieve with that pitch, because it depends if you want to find, you know, investment, or if you want to sell or whatever. You would actually prepare and structure your pitch in an entirely different way, right? So what you need to do is you need to get clear on your intention, right? And intention, as we said, is know your goal. Why do you pitch in the first place? Know the audience. And there's another thing that I advise you to know, which is what is the key message of your pitch? Ideally in 10 words or less. Why is it so important to know? Because everything you're going to say is going to support that message, isn't it? Right? And even if you lose track, if you're on stage, whatever, if you know what you're going to say, you're always going to find words to pick it up, right? So you need to know your goal, your audience, and eventually what is the core message, okay? So let's have a look at what actually makes a great pitch great. Okay, how many of you have seen Steve Jobs pitch? Quite a few, right? Okay, I'm not going to show you Steve Jobs today because his pitches are pretty long, we don't have the time. And secondly, a lot of people say, I'll never be as good as Steve Jobs, right? But I'm here to encourage you because I think that every single one of you can create incredibly powerful pitches if you just know how to do it. So I'm going to share with you a quick pitch of a guy who has heard of Michael Pritchard. No? Oh, some of you have. Great. Okay. Well, some of you know him. So let me show you a very quick extract of a pitch he gave. And I give you a little bit of a task. Take a piece of paper and write down what you think, what is he saying and how is he saying things and how is he presenting that he triggers interest, that he grabs your attention. What makes his pitch great? Okay, shall we have a quick look? What did he do? What do you think makes this a powerful pitch? First question, does it make it a powerful pitch? Who thinks that? Right. Well, if you were, going to such a country, for example, you would probably buy that bottle or take it along, wouldn't you? Right. We all would, right? Although, how many of you have ever suffered of, not having drinking water available? None of, yeah, Derry did, yeah. I mean, of course, in the desert, right? So you know what it means. But for everyone else, you haven't suffered it and still you bought in. So what did he do to make it powerful?
Emotional visuals.
Emotional and visual. Emotional and visual. Two important things, and we're going to talk about it later. Yeah.
He addressed the problem.
He addressed the problem. That's a big one. Right. Going to talk about that one too. What else?
He also tied it to, he made it the audience's feelings.
Right.
So he put the audience
Right.
into the shoes of somebody who is experiencing unclean water.
I love what you're saying. Very powerful. He put the audience into the shoes of someone, even though the audience probably never, had that situation. They could feel it. He brought a problem to our world, right? Right. Okay, so are you now all able to create a great pitch, a powerful pitch? Are you, say, come, go, write a pitch? Probably not, right? It would be like if I would show you how to fly a plane and I would put you into the cockpit and say, go fly, right? Very likely you wouldn't take off, and if you would, I don't know how the landing would look like, right? So why, that's why actually I'd like to share with you now the magic pitching formula. And I'm going to point out what Mike did in his pitch, so that step by step you can write your own pitch. Okay? Sounds good? So what is the first thing we need to do when we pitch? What would be the first thing you would say? Right, because now you're smarter. Okay? Now you've seen a great pitch. Well, guess what? Most of the pitches that I see, they start with, especially in the technical world, hi, I'm Peter and I'm a software developer and I brought you an app today that you've been waiting for your whole life. That is when I start yawning. Okay? So this is how you normally don't start. What you need to start with is actually, and this is the formula, you need to actually create a powerful hook. It's like fishing. You need to create a hook, right? So how can you create a powerful hook? And why is this so important? Well, the thing is, especially when you're at pitching events, you don't hear just one pitch, you hear many, right? So you need to make people forget all the other pitches they've heard before. You want them to stop playing with Facebook. You want them to stop writing emails. You want them to play with the knee of their neighbor, right? So basically, you want to bring them in the situation. You want to trigger interest, right away from day one. And how do you do that? Well, the first thing is you can speak as Icelandic in Iceland if you're not Icelandic, but you can ask a question, which is actually a very powerful tool. Why? Because if you ask a question, first of all, you get to know your audience. Secondly, you start making them think about your topic. And as we all know, we can only have one thought at a time, right? So asking questions is a powerful thing. Yeah? Bring them into your topic this way. Like, Mike, he could have asked, have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to drink desperately and you didn't have fresh water? Would have triggered interest, right? Or you could just tell a story.
He got me because he spoke from the heart. It was
Yes.
Christmas, it was.
Yeah.
He saw it and
Yeah.
he wanted to change it. Like
Yeah.
Suki, he spoke from the heart. He
Yes.
was talking about his father, his family. He nearly died, and it's like, okay, he's
Right.
human.
Exactly.
That's how he got me,
Yes, very important point. Make it human.
from the heart.
Right, right. But that was later in the pitch, and it was also later in Suki's speech. It was not the first thing he said,
Yeah.
right? So you need to make it personal later in the pitch. But you can make it personal at the very beginning. You have a point. You can tell a very personal story at the beginning, but it needs to be short,
Yeah.
okay? Because it's just a hook. It should only take a few seconds to, pick up people, right?
It's like me. I'm a
Right,
journalist, so I have to have the headline.
exactly,
That's my pitch.
exactly,
The headline, but it's not the text.
exactly.
Or the photo.
So the hook is basically the headline
Yeah.
in a magazine,
Yeah.
right? So grab attention.
Yeah.
So, as I said, or you can tell a story. If you sell, for example, fire systems, well, you can tell the story of a family that just escaped from, having fire in their home or something, right? But you want to make it, grab in a way that it grabs attention. You can also use like a quote, for example, right? I have a friend and he is a sales consultant. He's giving speeches and he's often saying, well, sales is like sex. Everyone just, is saying that they're good at it, right?
Sex is a seller.
It's a seller, absolutely, right.
Oh yeah.
I don't like the pitch too much, but or the quote too much, but he's using it, and it grabs attention. So you need to have a powerful hook. At some point, the audience also wants to know, oh, maybe, why also do I have the picture up here, a blind person? Last year, I was at a Global Entrepreneurship Summit, and we were working with teams of entrepreneurs and helped them in 2 days to build a business, okay? They had a product ready, they had a Facebook page, they had a website and everything, but they were struggling with pitching what they had created. So one team came to me and said, well, Monique, we created these glasses. They actually have a camera integrated, and the camera just takes pictures, puts them on the internet, people explain what they're seeing, so the blind person gets information of what's going on around them. Great idea. They said, but we have no idea how to open that pitch. What would be your suggestion?
Blindfold everybody.
Sorry?
Blindfold everybody.
How? You don't have so much time and it needs to be fast. How do you blindfold them?
Ask them to close their eyes.
Yes, and then?
Emotions.
And then
See
make
through
them
me.
imagine that they were,
Yeah,
set the scene.
absolutely. Okay, let's do that just for a second. Close your eyes right now, okay? Now, after this wonderful event, you have to actually step out of the building and find your way home without knowing anything and without seeing anything. Okay, you can open it again. How did it feel? Pretty scary? Scary. That's what I said. It's exactly everything you said. Make it fast and play with emotions. Make them see, bring them into the situation, as you said, right? That's a powerful hook. Then you need to let them know why you, what do you have to do with story? You said they spoke from their heart, right? So I hear a lot of people just, quote their CVs as if they were applying for a job, right? You don't want to do that. You just want to tell them, why is this important to you? What have you seen or experienced that you want to solve this problem desperately, right? Okay. Also, just let them know what is your expertise, what have you experienced, how have you gone through that, from good to great, and how did that change you? Because then they know. You know what you're talking about, right? So make it relevant to you. The next thing is, as you said beautifully, what do you think comes next? A lot of people would say, now I start presenting my product. Not just yet. It's the problem. You stated it beautifully. It's the problem. Why is it so important to first sell the problem? Well, it's pretty obvious, right? If my teeth don't hurt, I don't go to the dentist, right? If I'm driving a great car, I'm not buying a new one. Unless you make me see and feel that it's a threat to my health, right? Or it has functionality that I absolutely have to have, right? So this is why you always need to state the problem first. How did Mike state the problem?
Fatalities.
Sorry?
You mentioned fatalities.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Showed on this picture.
yeah. He showed pictures. He brought them in, as we said, right? I mean, he showed that it's not just something that happens far away, it can happen to all of us all the time, right? Yeah? So this is how you state a problem. You also said something very important earlier, where you said make it visual. If you cannot show pictures, describe things so that people can see it, right? Speak a simple language. Use words that create pictures in your mind. If I say synergy, it doesn't create pictures, does it? But if I say heart, or tree, or house, everyone sees something different, but it still creates pictures, right? And there's a great guy, he's really a media and and a communications genius. And he is saying, well, Monique, I'm not in the media business. I'm in the problem distribution business. And he's saying we all just have to address two problems as business leaders and entrepreneurs. The first is we address the problem that my clients have or that people have that I am the solution to. And the second is I make the problem to which I'm the solution to the problem of my clients if they don't have it. Right? So either they have a problem already or I make it their problem. And I would like to invite you all now, I give you 2 minutes just to write down what is the problem that you are the solution to in your business. Okay, great. Everyone has a problem? Everyone knows the problem of their clients? Who likes to share? Go ahead.
My clients are menopausal women, and they're scared, and they feel alone, they feel like their body's changing, they don't know how to cope with it, and I show them that...
Wait. Only the problem just now, okay?
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Spot on, right? Yeah? Do you think that's a problem for some women? Yeah, who thinks that? Yeah. Okay, good. Another one. It's your opportunity to make yourself visible. So, anyone else want to share a problem? Yeah, go ahead.
My problem is that geothermal power plant is not sustainable enough.
Sorry?
The geothermal power plant is not sustainable enough.
Okay, and what is the problem in that?
So we will not have enough resource in the future of water.
All right, and you're going to help us that we have enough resources of water in the future. That is exactly what I'd say, because who understood what she said in the first place? Okay, if she would say, I'm addressing the problem that we will not have enough water in the future, well, who understands that problem? Yeah, everyone does, right? This is simple language, and this is why it's so important to cut through all this bullshit bingo language. You know what that is? Have you ever played bullshit bingo in boring meetings? It's like you create this matrix and you put like productivity and synergy and whatever, profit. And every time it's said, you just put a cross there. And then after the meeting, you count. This is bullshit bingo language. Everyone is just saying yes, yes, yes. And no one understands what people are talking about, right? Okay, right. You want to say it clearly with simple words, right? Okay, so next, after stating the problem, you need to state the solution, right? And again, how do you state the solution? Let me share with you a couple of things what you should not do, because sometimes when you know what we should not do, we know what we need to do, right? Again, it's don't speak bullshit bingo language, right? Don't say like, let's raise the effectiveness of your marketing strategy. No, rather say, basically I help you to cut your marketing budget in half and double your number of clients. Is that clear? Right? It's the same thing, but the first one, no one understands what you're talking about. Right? So this is how you state the solution. Also, a challenge that I always see, especially on websites, is that a lot of people speak about them and their product and how it works and how it functions. But they're not saying, you're going to get this, you're going to gain that. This is, once you use it, this is your experience of using it, right? This is what you will feel. This is what you will take away. So your solution needs always to state what is in it for your clients, right? And now I give you another 2 minutes to just quickly state what is your solution, okay? So who has a solution? Who would like to state a solution? I think Herdis, you have a solution. You're actually saying the problem in the solution in less than 10 words. You're saying, I'm going to free the world of old, grumpy people. That's the problem and the solution in one. Great. So who has a solution? I'd like to hear from someone else.
Save money, enhance your health, and reduce waste.
Right, okay. Yeah, say it louder maybe.
Save money, enhance your health, and reduce waste.
Okay. This is great because it has basically 3 solutions in one. However, what I really suggest you do in one pitch, especially focus on one. And then you can mention the other ones at the end, but focus on one and make that one problem and one solution visible. And then you can say it's also, by the way, helps with this and this. But in the first place, you need to just, make sure that people understand what is the solution to one of these, right? Okay, great. There's also another thing that I'd like to mention to you, which is a lot of people that I see pitch, they forget at the end to state what they actually need. And we said at the beginning, you need to be clear on why do you go on stage in the first place, right? Why do you undergo the effort to prepare a pitch and feel these dragons in your stomach and stand up, right, and present it? If you don't, in the end, harvest the fruit of your work, right? So when you are pitching, especially on stage, and I'm not talking about giving trainings or anything like that, when it's really sales pitch, you need to state what is it that you want to take away. Are you looking for users for your app? Or are you looking for investors? Or are you looking for supporters or someone that helps you with your website? Or what is it, right? What help do you need? And Edda got us over lunch beautifully to make us clear what we need and to share with each other, right? So I would like to invite now one of you to come on stage and just present what is the problem and the solution and your need. Who of you actually takes opportunities when they arise? I should have asked it the other way around. You are. Okay, brave woman, come on board. Give her a round of applause. Okay, great. What's your name?
Pauline.
Pauline, okay.
Hi.
And just in 3 sentences or something.
Okay, my solution?
Sorry?
The solution.
Just the problem, the solution, and what you need.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone here will either go through menopause or will have to put up with a menopausal woman.
Me too.
This is a very severe change in one's life, and the women have to be encouraged to use this time to become a beautiful butterfly. We're in our chrysalis in this time. We're a bit changing and crazy, and what I need is for people to get menopause out of the closet. It's a taboo subject, and we need to talk about it and support women because they have all that knowledge and love that they've had throughout their years, and they shouldn't be just put in the cupboard. Let them blossom and be beautiful butterflies. Can you help me bring the world? We want to see lots and lots of butterflies. Are they all here?
Okay, who's going? No, wait. Who's helping her now? Great. The only challenge, I loved your problem. Okay, how you described that. I'm not very clear about the solution.
Okay, because I thought you said 3 sentences. And
Yeah, it's okay. But it's okay. We don't need to go into it in detail. But let me say something about what you said at the end, which is your need, right? You said, help me, okay? But who knows what exactly we are supposed to do? How can we help her? We don't know.
Pull the women out of the closet.
Pull the women out of the closet. Well, that would be a good one. That would be the first step. Absolutely. But what you need to actually, whenever you are on stage, you need to tell them very clearly, what do you want them to do, right?
Come to my stage show. Come and see me perform. Come and be inspired.
Okay. That would be something, okay? That would be something concrete where we know, yes, we need to sign up to a show, right? Yeah, so you need to always make it very concrete so that people know, go to my website, sign up there, or talk to me afterwards, or whatever it is, right? Okay, just stay here for a second. Because whenever you're brave, you get something unexpected. So you're gonna get a book, okay? And that book, thank you. And that book is actually just a consolidation of stories.
That's something for you.
Oh, wow, wow, thank you.
From me, from everybody.
That's great, wow. Isn't that cool? Every time you give out a gift, you get actually 2 back. Physically, 2 or 10. But just wanted to mention, this book is actually a consolidation of stories of how to overcome obstacles. And we all have to, while we are business leaders, right? And all of you actually have this flyer here on the table to actually at least download the ebook for free. Okay, so you can do that later. Great, but let's summarize of what we said in the pitch today. Pauline, yes. What we said in the pitch, basically, first of all, you need to have a strong hook. You need to get people into your story right away, right? You need to then introduce yourself, show, why you care about that topic and why you're an expert in it. Then state the problem first. Always state the problem before the solution. Make it clear, speak a visual, emotional language. State the solution and never forget to share with the audience what you really need. Especially also when you pitch in front of investors, you need to tell them how much money you need and what you need it for, right? What you're planning to do with it, right? So, I think that rounds up the pitching today. And I know that what I gave you in 45 minutes is almost impossible to take in and realize and, take into action right away, right afterwards, right? Because it's not just the pitching, which is a science in itself. You first need to know who are your dream clients, what are their problems, what solution do you want to offer, how do you translate that solution into product, and so on. So many questions to answer. And only when they are clear, you can really craft a powerful pitch. And I know what challenge it is, so if you want to get some help or some suggestion, come and talk to me after this session, okay? So if you want to find out and get more clarity, then let's talk. And, Runa, time for a gift, no? I'm gonna work with 5 of you individually on your pitch. So the first 5 that get in touch with me, I work with you on your pitch, okay?